Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to test all of this makeup that is in this lovely little basket that I've got here. The majority of this is actually drugstore stuff. There's a couple of high-end bits in there, but most of it I think is affordable makeup. In the past couple of weeks, I've had a wisdom tooth out, which I'm all healed from now. And I got my hair cut, and every time I get it cut, I'm just like, it feels so short. But I'm hoping it'll be worth it in the long run for some long, healthy hair. I don't know, we'll see. Grab a drink and let's get stuck in. However my makeup ends up today, I'm actually going to the gym afterwards. And I just feel self-conscious about the fact that people are going to look at me and probably think that I specifically did a full face of full glam just to go to the gym. But I'm really trying to get into a routine of actually doing some exercise. The first thing I'm testing is from Beauty Bay, and it's their Jelly Grip Hydrating Primer, which I actually have seen. Barry M have just launched one of these primers. Collection have one of these primers. Everyone kind of got on the, I guess it was originally the Milk Hydro Grip kind of dupe primers. But Elf did their grippy primer, and then since then I feel like tons of brands have released ones. So the Beauty Bay Jelly Grip, let's see how it compares. And it says exactly the same instructions. Let it to sit for 30 seconds before you apply the rest of your makeup. In terms of the texture, feels quite similar to the e.l.f. one. Actually, doesn't feel quite as sticky. It's a little bit thinner. Yeah, definitely a little bit thinner and a little bit more spreadable than the e.l.f. one. And then I can feel it already starting to go sticky. It's definitely drying down. What should I, actually, I guess I'll test it with the tube. Nope, that's too heavy. Let's try something smaller. Okay. It's not quite as sticky as the e.l.f. one. I feel like the e.l.f. one and the Milk one will stick anything to my face, but maybe... Ow. Hopefully you can get a bit of the gist of how sticky that is. Like, it feels a little bit sticky, but not as sticky as other grippy primers, but it does feel nice. It feels a little bit more hydrating, I think, which is quite nice. Yeah, that feels good so far. Let's see how my makeup applies over the top of it. For my foundation, I have this new one from Revolution, which is their Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation in the shade F4. I've seen a lot of people talking about this and seen it like be very popular on TikTok. Hyaluronic Peptide Complex. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I actually stopped using a lot of Revolution stuff for a while. Because in my personal opinion, they did a fair few shady things in terms of ripping off smaller businesses that I just didn't agree with. However, they are under new management. So I'm like, hopefully their choices moving forward are better ones. So let's see how we go with this foundation. Oh, it does feel very thin. It feels very thin. It kind of reminds me of the Laura Mercier serum-y kind of foundation that was also viral recently. And interestingly enough, that's kind of blended in with my skin. As in like the shade match. Seems pretty good, but maybe it's going to be a little bit too light compared to my neck. Okay, let's try this side. I didn't quite do a full pump, so maybe I should put on a little bit more. And I think the colour match is a little bit more pink compared to my neck, which I do tend to find that with a lot of the Revolution foundation shades is that the lighter ones do seem to be quite pink toned. That looks and feels really nice. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Let's see if I can build up the coverage. Okay, let's have a look at this down here. I feel like maybe it dries down a little bit darker. Okay, it's not got tons of coverage. I brought it down onto my neck, but I have some like hyaluronic acid serum on my neck, which is now started to like all pill. Let me just scoop that all off. Oh no, I am getting a bit of pilling, like why just on my upper lip? Ugh, it's the most frustrating thing. Maybe I was rubbing a bit too aggressively. Let me just add a bit more foundation here. In terms of the foundation, I really like the finish of it. However, the shade, like when I'm looking in the viewfinder and looking in the mirror, I just look a bit pink, which is frustrating because it seems like a really nice formula. I don't know, has anybody else experienced that? But either way, I'm gonna still keep it on and test it throughout the day and see how it wears. Why does my concealer keep leaking everywhere? I keep cleaning it and then I put it in my makeup bag and it comes out looking like this. What is going on? Concealer. Oh my god, no! My whole base is pilling. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to take this off and start again. This time round, I'm gonna apply everything with a sponge and see if that makes a difference. Because I was being quite aggressive with my blending in, but I don't know, man. Gently dab. Much better with a sponge. I'm actually going to test some of the primer on the back of my hand, wait for it to dry and then give it a good old rub to see if this is the culprit. Because now I don't seem to be having any issues. You know what? That primer on the back of my hand, when I rub it, it's pilling a tiny little bit, but not as bad as it was on my face. I'm thinking it was maybe the hyaluronic acid serum that I had on underneath, because the only thing I did differently when I just wiped everything off is that I didn't reapply the hyaluronic acid. And also obviously I used a sponge, so maybe it was that, I don't know. Primer seems to be okay. I apologise, Beauty Bay. I don't think the primer was the culprit here. For my cream contour, these are one of the high-end products that I have from Stila, which are the Blush and Bronze Hydro Blur Cheek Duos. I've got Grapefruit Caramel, which, oh, they're actually quite small. Like the actual stick is quite thin, and then the blush, oh, that looks nice. And then the other shade I've got is Tan Papaya. Oh yeah, that one is too dark for sure. The blush looks gorgeous though, look at that. Let's take this one. It's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. You know what, I actually kind of like that it's a little bit smaller, because you can get really precise little lines. Scribble a little bit on the forehead. I have a feeling I'm going to need more product than this, because that is quite a small amount. Just blending this in with a Sephora brush, the Pro Blush brush. Seeming to blend quite easily. It's very natural. Like, it doesn't give as much pigment as it looks like it will in the stick. Blend out the nose. I guess there's negatives and positives to having a skinnier little stick, because with the smaller stick you can get a more defined nose contour, although you do then have to apply more product for like your cheeks and your forehead and stuff. Let's just add a little bit more. I do think it looks nice though, it's very natural. I don't know, what do we think? And then for cream blush, I obviously want to try this one, but I also got this from Colourpop. Before Christmas I did a big Colourpop order, and I asked you guys on Instagram some things that you would recommend, and I pretty much just bought a lot of the most popular recommendations, one of which was the cream blush instant crush blushes, and I went for the shade Whole Mood. It looks like this on the inside. The packaging is very thin, like it's very lightweight, which actually is maybe a good thing, because it's hopefully not going to weigh my makeup bag too much if I actually like it. That was not as satisfying as I thought it would be. On this cheek, let's take the Stila one. You do have to draw on quite a lot of product. It's pretty, but again, it's very natural looking. Just gonna take some on my brush. They do seem to blend nicely, but I would say at the moment that they're nice if you like something that's more on the natural side. For me, I like it to be a little bit more pigmented. And then on this side, let's try the Colourpop one, which I don't know, I have a feeling this is gonna be, let me see, what does it feel like? Okay, pretty creamy. Ooh, blended out on my hand, also quite sheer. That's also very natural. Let me try and get a little bit more. You can see it on my brush, and then does seem to be a little bit more buildable, and it's blending nicely, but again, I thought it was going to be more pigmented. Although if it was actually as pigmented as that, maybe it would be too much just dipping your brush in there. I'm just going to add some to the other side so that it looks a little bit more even. I do like that actually, I think it's nice. I like the colour, and it does look very smooth on my skin, which is nice. When it comes to setting powders, I have got two. I have got the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Luminous Perfecting Luminous Perfecting Pressed Powder in the shade Translucent, and I've got the new Ciate Brightening Pink Translucent Powder. Both sound interesting to me, because the Laura Mercier Loose Powder is one of my favourites ever, so I don't know what I'm gonna feel about the pressed powder, because generally I prefer loose powders. However, it's supposed to be more luminous, I think. Blend out me concealer on this side, and then, oh my god, wait, where is my powder puff? Take a powder puff, pick some up on here. Oh wait, it's already creased. That's where you've got to do the blending just before. And then I'm gonna set that in place. Is it me or is that kind of yellow? Oh my god, my under eyes are gonna look so drastically different because the other powder is literally pink. No, I don't like it. Maybe it's not specifically meant for your under eyes, and maybe I will actually like this on the rest of my face, but on my under eyes, it feels like it's still a little bit sticky, and then it's not fully set that properly, and it immediately looks like I've got quite a lot of wrinkles, so I'm not a big fan of that on the under eyes. I am going to test it on the rest of my face, but in the meantime, on the other side, let's do something drastically different. Oh dear god, this does look very pink though, and I know how I feel about pink powders. Well, actually, some of them are fine, but like the Huda Beauty one, for example, is just too pink on me. I did actually end up giving it to one of my family members, and I don't actually know what they ended up thinking of it, but they were very excited that I had it in my in my collection of stuff to give to family and friends. But let's see. Oh my god, this looks so pink. Okay, that's so interesting. On my finger it looks almost white, so maybe I need to just shut up and apply it to my face. Blending right before, and then picking up some pink and just setting everything in place. I can't tell. Is it drastically pink? Either way though, the Laura Mercier one's definitely giving me like a brighter effect under my eye compared to this side. Like this one's not added any extra coverage at all, whereas this one I feel like definitely did. Ciate definitely feels more set and it feels smoother. And I don't think it looks too crazy pink actually. I think it looks fine. Thank God. I do have a feeling that if I was at my fairest in terms of my skin tone that it would maybe be a little bit too pink, but I've just added a little bit of that over the top of the Laura Mercier to like set that all in place. That's looking better. And now I'm going to do the opposite on the other side, just because I currently look a little bit uneven. Add some Laura Mercier. You know what? If you like the original Ciate powder, but you just want something that's a little bit more pink toned, it feels exactly the same as their other translucent powder. Very, very lightweight and very smoothing. I do actually quite like that, and I think I would use that again, but only if I had tan on. But compared to the other pink powders that I've tried, I would say this one's probably my favorite because it's not as like blushy pink as the Too Faced one. Not Too Faced, Huda Beauty. I'm going to use this Laura Mercier powder on the rest of my face. Let's use that to set my forehead. What I always seem to find when brands make a pressed powder alternative to their loose powder is that I just always seem to prefer the loose powder version. Oh my god, I had a whole dog hair in my eye. Great. And now I've completely fucked up my concealer under my eye from my eye watering. Excellent. I'm having a mare, guys. I'm having a mare. In terms of this powder, I feel like I'm having to dip in it a lot to get the amount of powder that I want on my face, if that makes sense. I much prefer the loose powder. I'm just going to use a little bit of my 17 bronzer. It's still bothering me how I feel like my skin tone just looks pink. And to make that even worse, I have another blush from Colourpop. This is the shade Flamingo, but this time this is their powder blushes. Again, packaging very lightweight, very thin, which it doesn't, this one really does not feel like nice quality packaging. However, it is like really affordable and I don't mind because if the product's good, that's all that really matters. So give this a try. Looks like a dupe for that Dior blush that went viral, the like Kylie Jenner favorite blush. Okay, why is it kind of not really doing anything? Let's take even more. Oh, wait, no, it is doing something. It just isn't as bright as in the pan, which thank God, honestly. I still don't know how I feel about these kind of blush colours because to me, I prefer my blush to look a little bit more natural and these are just very like I'm wearing blush kind of colours, do you know what I mean? But I like that more than I thought I would considering the shade of it is it looks so bright and like neon, but I don't mind that. This one came in their Christmas PR package actually, but the other stuff from Colourpop is stuff that I ordered. And then for my highlighter, I have this one from Milani, which is one of their baked highlighters in the shade 110 Dolce Perla, which I don't think I've ever tried these before. I use the mirror from the Colourpop blush because it's actually quite a big mirror. Okay. It looks nice, do not get me wrong. However, there's something about this tone of highlighter, like this light pink, that reminds me of how I used to do my makeup back in 2017. I'm just not sure that this light pink colour is particularly flattering on me. I don't know if I'm just chatting shit. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but this just reminds me of like all of the highlighters that I used to have in my collection. And I mean, it's nice, it's fine. My face up close is looking quite cakey and powdery, and I think that is the combination of the powder, the blush, and the highlighter. Like, it all just is looking quite thick and unnatural. But I think that's a combination of everything, and I think maybe I would like this by itself more, but I don't know. There's something about this tone of pink that gives me flashbacks to that time in my life. I also ordered the Colourpop Freckle Pen in the shade Soft Brown. Got it. Considering it's the shade Soft Brown, they're actually quite dark. I think the best time to apply this would probably be after I've done my foundation and concealer, but before I set my face maybe, so that I can blend it out with a beauty blender, because I do quite like it though. I just was expecting it to be a little bit lighter because they seem to, once they're on there, they seem to sort of set kind of straight away. For my eyeshadow, I have a real contrast of products. I have got some eye paints from Lancome and I have some eye paints from NYX. Okay, why am I calling them eye paints? Liquid eyeshadows is what I meant to say. I have actually tried these ones before. I have not tried these ones before. However, I've not tried these ones on camera. I was just like put them on the other week. And actually I did a TikTok while I was wearing these and a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, what eyeshadow are you wearing? So it was actually these in the video where I've got like little rhinestones. I think when I was testing the new e.l.f. lip thingies. But these ones are the NYX Ultimate Glow Shots and I've got the shades Golden Goji and Come Through Coconut. I got this one because I thought that it was kind of similar looking to Made by Mitchell Drip Drip and that kind of white icy colour that maybe will blend out into a fine sparkle. We will see. see. Actually, it's really not giving me that on my hand, but but we will see. But what I'm going to do first is take this Lancome eye tint stuff. This is the shade 06. And I'm going to put this one down as my base because this one is matte, whereas the others are all shimmery. I didn't end up setting my eyelids, by the way, because I was like, I'm about to put on some cream eyeshadows. So I am really not the best when it comes to liquid eyeshadows. However, I did find that this one in particular seemed to blend really easily. Like, I think the trouble that I have in the past is that the ones that I've tried just either dry too quick, or when you do blend them out, they start going like patchy and weird. But oh my god, I've put on too much. Jesus, I thought I only put on a little bit. What have I done? Oh my god, Soph. This is the problem. I just can't apply them. Okay, thank god I was able to sort of blend that out with my beauty blender. But yeah, I did try these a couple of weeks ago. They sent them over to me and I actually really liked it. I found that it lasted throughout the day, which a lot of my cream eyeshadows in the past haven't, and they will like crease and go really weird. Okay, on this side, let's just put on a tiny bit and go from there, and then I can put some on my inner corner. But yeah, it's an interesting texture because this one is obviously matte, but it kind of has the same feeling as a silicone primer. Does that make any sense? But a little bit of this, as you can see, goes a long way. But yeah, I'm curious to see how these will last throughout the day. And yeah, it kind of like sets and dries down. I'm actually just gonna take a little bit of this. Let's put like a dot, just a tiny little dot there, and see how far we get with that. Yeah, like, you see what I mean? You really just need a very small amount. I think the blush goes horribly with this eye colour because this is more of like a peachy colour, and the blush is like a very cool tone pink that just together they look shocking. Okay, next I'm gonna take the NYX one, the golden goji shade. I guess just paint this over the top. Paint over the top and then pat that in with a flat brush. That actually looks quite natural looking. I thought it was going to be a super intense sparkle based on like the swatch on my hand. However, that has blended out to be like a very sheer wash of shimmer. They seem to dry quite quick because I can still see the shape of where I applied it. I feel like up close it looks a little bit bitty, but on camera it's looking really nice. Very, very natural though. I thought it would give me a little bit more. I don't know, like I can see where I've painted it on and then that line isn't blending out as easily as I want it to. I don't know, guys, I don't know. Try taking some on the actual brush. Yeah, it's looking a little bit clumpy in some places. Maybe I should have gone with a different shade because the person that I saw applying these on TikTok went for one of the slightly darker ones and then they blended it all over their lid, kind of like I did with that Lancome one, but I'm not really feeling that. I am not really feeling that. I'm gonna add a bit of this Lancome one in the shade 01 over the top instead, and then pat that out with the brush, and oh my god, now nothing wants to blend. Oh my god, now it's just getting too much product on my eyelid, I think. Now I just feel like I'm layering too many colours that it's starting to like get a little bit clumpy looking. And this again is bringing me back to 2017 with like the halo. Is it crazy to then add a bit of this white shade? I really thought this was going to be like drip drip and be super sparkly, but that's it there on my hand. But when you kind of blend it out, I guess it does give like a little wash. Yeah, it is giving a little wash of sparkle, but just not as intense. Dip my brush into it and then add this. Oh my god, no. It's gonna say add it all over my lid. Nope, nope. I don't like that at all. Oh my god, what is going on? It's just like clumping. No! What on earth? Like, why are there little... What is going on? This is looking tragic. This is looking so bad. It was nice up until a point, and now I just think I've completely ruined it. Maybe at least I could try putting a bit of this in my inner corners. I'm so disappointed with those NYX ones. I really thought I was going to like them, but they're just a bit too clumpy, unfortunately. And then again, from Colourpop, I bought loads of different liners and eye pencils and lip liners. Okay, we've got the shades Overboard, which... Is this going to be a light brown? Oh, it's a light pearly kind of brown. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait, hang on. Immediately, I'm putting this in my waterline. It's a metallic bronzy eyeliner. I've been looking for like a medium brown eye pencil for a while, specifically for my waterline so it's not as intense. And this one is a little bit shimmery, but I think that looks nice. That was the shade Overboard. Oh my god, it just reminds me of Justin Bieber. I'm overboard. Oh, the shade Brouhaha. That is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. That is a very dark brown. Let's try Sunnyville. Okay, that one looks like a slightly not as dark brown. Whoa, that is creamy. That is very, very creamy. Like almost to the point where it's too creamy. It's kind of mushing into my eye. Although, I kind of love how much you can blend it. Oh, that blended so nice. I'm just going to take some on the brush and create a little wing. I was a little bit scared because they were super, super creamy. However, now that that's dried, that feels like it's not really going anywhere. Before mascara, I'm going to do setting spray. This is the new one from Stila, which is the Stay All Day Blurring Setting Spray. Sounds good to me. It's a nice fine mist. And as usual, let's do a little eyeshadow test, shall we? I've done a very poor brown eyeshadow swatch. Let's spray and wait, and then...
Personally, I don't think we've got time to go to the gym today.
That has given my skin the most beautiful finish. Can you see? It's like melted everything together. I probably would add a little bit of powder just because, you know, want to stop the oils coming through too much. I'm just taking a tiny, tiny bit of that pink powder. But that gave a really nice glow finish. It's got a nice mister. It's quite a fine mist, but it actually does come out quite strong, but it kind of feels like it comes out in a circle. It's still drying on my hand, and I think I sprayed a little bit too much that it started to bleed out the edges, but I'll check back in a minute. Okay, this is the new Rimmel Wonder Bond Bonding Serum Mascara. I have seen a lot of people talking about this, and it looks incredible from what I've seen. This is what the brush looks like. It's a plastic bristle brush, but the bristles are actually quite spaced out. So I'm curious how that's gonna grip all of my lashes, but we'll give it a try. So, ow, it's kind of painful. Okay. Interesting. This is so bizarre. It's not really giving me length. I'm gonna keep applying it and adding layers, but what's happened to my eyelashes? Like, it's not really giving me length at all. Come on, stick upwards. Okay, I'm genuinely concerned. Am I missing lashes or something? Because my lashes do not normally look this short. Oh my god, I can just feel that my lips are so dry. I'm struggling a bit here, guys. It's a little bit clumpy. I don't mind a little bit of clumpiness, but I'm willing to have a bit of clumpiness if it does like great things for my lashes. However, I saw somebody do an ad for this and it looked amazing on their lashes, but on mine it's just not giving the same thing. Like, I've built up now in quite a few coats. I'm finding that because the bristles are so far apart, it's not really gripping my lashes very well, which doesn't really coat them enough to give lots of length. As I drag upwards, it's just like letting go of my lashes. And like, it's just a bit too clumpy for me. I've got this nearly used up Maybelline Sky High. I'm gonna see if I can kind of comb through my lashes and bring some of that product towards the ends. That's better. I also seem to be missing like a chunk of eyelashes in the middle here. I'm actually really disappointed in that. I guess it just goes to show that everyone has different... Oh my god, I've got mascara on my nose. How did I do that? Everyone has got different lashes, and what works for somebody else isn't always gonna work for me. Weirdly, it's looking nice on my lower lashes and like giving them like a nice light coat. Oh no, okay, I spoke too soon. Okay, throughout this video I've come to the conclusion that I like how the eyes have turned out, minus the mascara. Don't like those NYX eye paints. And something else that I'm really not feeling on myself is that pink, the like bright pink Colourpop cool toned blush. I just don't really think it suits me. Or maybe it just doesn't suit this look. I don't know, my face is looking a bit much. Speaking of face, let's see if the okay, Stila. It kind of feels like one of those ones where it makes a film over your face, or like over your skin. I'm excited by that. Good job, Stila. That seems like a really nice setting spray. I'm impressed. Another thing for my eyes quickly. Actually, no, I've got to do my lips because they're looking so crusty. Oh, the lip pencil that I got is the shade BFF, which I don't think I've ever tried a Colourpop lip liner. I could be wrong, but I don't think... Oh no, I tried their old ones, but not these ones, which... Oh, they don't twist up. I was going to say not these ones that twist up, but they don't. It just looks like they do. But a lot of you guys recommended the lip liners and the eyeliners actually to me. And I mean, obviously I can just sharpen this with a regular sharpener. I love that colour. It's a brown toned lip liner, which is slightly cool toned, but not too dark and not too ashy looking, and just seems to give like a really nice outline, like definition. That is a potential bridal lip liner for me, I think, with maybe like a more pink toned lip over the top of it. Well, that's exciting. I like that a lot. Very creamy. Doesn't feel sticky. And then I did try one of the Colourpop like chubby stick lip products in a recent video that I really like, and those were also recommended to me. And then again, people recommended the glossy lip stains. It was kind of hard to pick my shade online because all of the swatches looked kind of similar. This, I went for the shade Sugar Snap, but I have no idea. Give it a mix. It looks like it's kind of separated in there. Oh, it doesn't smell nice. The other one, like the stick, smelled so good. Ooh. Oh my god, it's very wet. I'm not too sure what I think of the colour, although it does kind of match my eyes. It feels very lightweight, very liquidy. I don't know if it's supposed to sort of set. I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute. I've been dying to try these for the past few weeks. They are the Kiss Impress Press-On Falsies that have no, you don't need glue. They already have the sticky stuff on them, apparently. And these are some of my favourite lashes anyway, like the Kiss Falscara little individuals. Ooh, that feels like it's drying. I don't know, I'm so confused by that formula. Like, it's a little bit tacky, but it still stays like kind of glossy. Again, we'll see how that lasts throughout the day. Let's go for the slightly more natural ones. These are just called natural. Hold cluster from middle to outer end to avoid touching the band area. Great little applicator that comes with this. I think they're all the same length. Well, let's try it. Place it underneath and then squeeze. Okay, that's definitely on. They do seem quite fragile, so just be careful with them. And you know what's so weird and interesting? There's like these little stripes which are the sticky bits. Ugh. And then pinch. They're a little bit too curly, like compared to my natural lashes. They're kind of like, woo! Underneath, pinch. You know what? I really thought that when I pinched that it was just going to get stuck to the applicators and rip off, but somehow it's not done that, which is great. Yeah, just be careful how you pick them up. That on there, push it with the edges and then pinch it on. Why is it sticking to my lash then and not the applicator? How does that work? What is this wizardry? They feel pretty on there. That feels like it's pretty on there. I think they look nice. They went on relatively easily. Do you see what I mean about how curly they are though? That's my only downside, but I do think they look quite nice. I think they look pretty. I would definitely wear those again. So with the eyes, I don't know how well you can see. The sparkly eyeshadow is looking a little bit clumpy. Like those NYX ones were very upsetting. I think I quite like that Colourpop thing, but I'm gonna see how it lasts when I go and eat something. Is that from the lip liner though, or is that from the lip stain? And oh my gosh, the final thing that I'm gonna show you in this video, which I actually completely forgot about until now. I have tested this on my TikTok, however, I wanted to put it in a video because a lot of people have been asking about my opinions of these new e.l.f. Pout Clout lip plumping pens. I had no idea when I tried these that there was controversy around them, and then when I saw all of the drama of like a couple of people applying them and being like, oh my god, they're horrible, they're so thick, like it all just mushes onto your lips. I was like, yeah, if you click it up way too much. Did we not go through this with the MAC Squirt lip balms? But anyway, I actually really enjoyed these. This is the shade. Am I supposed to read that shade name? Are you actually kidding me? Look at the size. You can't even see it. Okay, I think that says toasted. But you just give a couple of clicks of these and then the product comes out the top, which I have to say, I really don't like that style of packaging. And obviously I tested the NYX ones, I think in my last video, but you just need the tiniest little bit of product. Do not just click like crazy, otherwise it is gonna probably smush into your lips. But if I just put a little bit of this over the top. Oh, what a perfect color with this lip look. Yeah, that is all that you need of it, and they do feel a little bit more on the thick side. It doesn't feel like a super thin, slippery lip balm. However, it gives really nice colour payoff. It's got like a ever so slight tingle, but I wouldn't say that it does anything plumping, not like on the scale of like the Too Faced lip injection or the Maybelline Chili lip glosses. Like, it's just a very, very mild sort of minty tingle. Very mild. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it. Okay, hi. It has been about 3 hours since I put this on, and I just wanted to show you in natural light. This is how the makeup looks in natural lighting. To be honest, I'm really not feeling it. It looks very heavy, and I think that's to do with the powder. Obviously the amount of the Mercier powder that I was kind of like packing on my face, and straight away when I put it on underneath my eye, I think that my under eyes are just looking very heavy and dry. And I don't think it's the foundation's fault, because the foundation, when I put it on itself, it was just looking super smooth, but then as soon as I added the powder, I think it just started looking a bit cakey. And then with the blush as well, the blush and the eyes are not matching. I'm not vibing with that. And also I feel like the blush, everything just looks a bit heavy and a bit powdery, and the highlighter as well is also looking a bit powdery, and I'm just really not feeling how my face looks right now. The eyeshadow has not creased as of yet. The Ciate powder on this side, you can definitely see a noticeable difference between the kind of like wrinkles and smoothness under this eye versus under this eye. So I'm definitely more impressed with that powder. The lips have actually lasted surprisingly well. I've been eating. I mean, I'm still eating now. A little bad one. I guess like the middle has worn off, but around the edges it's still there. Hello, it is now 8 hours later, and this is what my face is looking like. There is no natural light anymore, so I've just put on my two lights that I use for filming my YouTube videos. And this is what my face is looking like. You know what? The foundation has definitely got oily, as you can see. However, I don't think it looks like bad oily. It's not really separated too much like around my nose and stuff. It still looks pretty smooth, but I am definitely like, I do definitely need to blot and powder at this stage. The lip stain didn't really stain. Maybe there's a little bit. No, not really. I think this is just my natural lip colour. The blush is still very much there. The texture of my face probably looks better now than it did when I first did it because it's not looking as like dry and cakey and powdery anymore. Those eyeshadows I don't think have really creased. The eyelashes are still very much firmly stuck on. The mascara has had like the tiniest bit of smudging, but really nothing bad. There is a tiny dot down here as well. The Colourpop liner in my waterline has definitely faded a little bit. Oh, and the only other thing that I noticed is that the side where I did the Mercier powder, I feel like this has got more creasing under my eyes. This side does have a little bit of creasing with my concealer. However, only in the spot where I had to reapply my concealer from where my eye was watering, and then I think I reset it with the Mercier powder. So the Ciate powder definitely wins. Okay, cool. That is my little end of the day check-in. Done. Okay, everyone, that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I'm kind of disappointed that there was a fair few things in here that I didn't like, but that is just how it goes sometimes. But I hope this was helpful. If it was, please give this a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And if you like these kind of testing videos where I give you my honest thoughts on some new products, oh my god, I just tripped over my words, then I would love to have you as a subscriber. Feel free to subscribe. I would love that very much. I really hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.